Well, Steve, I'll tell you, I feel like I went 10 heats there. What a way to get started.
I got blood on. I think you did. I know Jay did. We got a little blood from the fighters. We were right in the middle of it.
But we know this series is a whole throwback, and it really personified that. What a start. Johnny Molnar electrifying in his one-sided victory over Victor Rosado. So that's the first bout, but we're not done yet. The main event is coming up, and this one fascinating, simply because, as we've said, somebody's got to go. Martin O'Malley, 17-0. How many times do you see two guys 17 with unblemished records go at it at this stage? Still maybe a year or more away from a title shot.
You know, when you take a risk like these guys are taking, well, the reward is all the greater. So whoever wins this fight will be viewed as a legitimate fringe contender, a top 20 guy. And I think O'Malley is taking a bigger jump up in class than Dorin is, because Dorin, well, 2 bronze medals in the Olympics. And how many guys win 2 Olympic medals? That's incredible by itself. But Dorin's faced a few more fighters with winning records than O'Malley has. And I think O'Malley's taking a bigger jump, but he's the bigger puncher. So maybe that'll be the equalizer.
Well, we know he's the taller guy. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but it is an interesting thing you mentioned. Leonard Dorin definitely playing catch-up as we look at him here. He's 31 years old. He didn't turn pro until 2.5 years ago. He told us at the fighters meeting, Steve, he didn't think professional fighters made any money. When he was living in Romania and boxing for the Romanian team, people told him, no, pros don't get paid. Then when he moved to Montreal, he found out it was a different story, and he hasn't stopped since.
Exactly.
So he's 17-0 with 6 knockouts, which may suggest this is not a guy with a big punch, but we got to go behind the numbers here, Steve.
Yeah, he's a pressure fighter, Leonard Dorin. Experience galore. And besides the 2 Olympic gold medals, 154 amateur bouts, he didn't turn pro till the age of 28. He has a big experience edge. In terms of going the distance, well, 117 rounds professionally for Leo Dorin to only 57 for O'Malley. And he's been 10 rounds or more 5 times. Dangerous late, well, Leonard Dorin is a pressure fighter, Nick. He is, in this fight especially, going to be doing his best work rounds 6 through 10.
Well, Martin O'Malley wanted to tell us and made sure that he doesn't have to just try to power this guy and blast him and vaporize him out as we look at O'Malley. But his knockout performance as an amateur was staggering, his record. We'll get into that a little bit more. But behind the numbers, as we look at him, also 17-0. What do they reveal, Steve?
Well, Martin O'Malley's the puncher in this fight. As a result, he hasn't gotten that many rounds as a pro. He's usually happy to take a guy out early, even though his best punch is a left hook to the body, which tends to wear guys out. He goes for the quick knockout right away. He's fought limited rounds as a professional. Today, he will try to go 10 rounds for the first time. He says he's not concerned, but you have to wonder if there's always a little doubt in the back of his mind.
Well, once again, both of these fighters in their last couple of fights haven't knocked out people, because the tougher the competition gets, it's no slam dunk anymore.
Exactly.
Just run through them.
And the last item there, O'Malley stepping up in class. Big jump for him. As I said, Dorin, a lot more experienced.
Okay, we're just about ready to go. Martin O'Malley out of Edmonds, Washington, now fighting out of the New York City area. Leonard Dorin, originally from Romania, lives in Montreal. All but 2 of his professional fights have been in Canada, but he's trying to do some serious work south of the border here as we go to Amy Hayes to get us going.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the main event of the evening. Live from Bally's Park Place in Atlantic City, New Jersey, brought to you by Main Events and Showtime. Your judges for this bout will be George Colon, Joe Pasquale, and Al DeVito. Your referee and man in charge will be Tony Orlando. This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds in the lightweight division. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the gold and black trunks, weighing in at 137 pounds with a record of 17 wins, no losses, 6 wins by way of knockout, originally from Castana, Romania. He now fights out of Montreal, Canada. Please welcome Leo, the Lion, Dorin. And his opponent, fighting to my left, out of the red corner, wearing the white trunks and green trim, weighing in at 138 pounds with a record of 17 wins, no losses, with 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome from Yonkers, New York, Martin
Okay, gentlemen, you received my instructions in your corner. Therefore, I expect a clean, professional fight. I want you to touch gloves and go back to your corner.
And tailor the tape, Steve.
Well, there's only really one number that matters, 7-inch reach advantage for Martin O'Malley. He's a tall lightweight. Dorin is a short lightweight. That's the key here. Can O'Malley keep the fight at a distance?
And as we go to the rules, they're the same. 10-point must system. 3 judges score the fight. No standing 8 count. No 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight, and you can't be saved by it. The bell in any round as Tony Orlando is ready to get us going. Steve, thing I love about this, nobody gets off. Showbox is nonstop action. Even a referee doesn't get a breather. Tony Orlando back in the ring.
He's doing double duty. I think someone didn't show up. Great first fight. Let's hope the second one's as good.
And here we see, as you said, can O'Malley keep him off with that jab? He certainly has the range, using it as a range finder. And that's what he wants to do. It's all about being in position to land and keep his distance, is what he told us. And that's what O'Malley's trying to do now, as Leonard Dorin has to come forever forward. Dorin in gold has to make this an inside fight and violate Martin O'Malley's space. Dorin goes down to below 5-foot level when he bobs, doesn't he? And leaves.
That Pernell Whitaker dip.
O'Malley cracks with 2 hooks to the body.
Nick, for the first minute of the first fight, of the first round, excuse me, O'Malley is fighting the right kind of fight. Let's see if he can keep doing it the rest of the way.
Dorin heel to toe, stalking with intent, the only way he knows how to go. But his trainer, Stefan LaRouche, wants Dorin to be more creative with his punches and his punch selection. As he tries a left there, winging a shot to O'Malley's head. O'Malley content to counter. His hand is low, though, his left hand.
That's a problem for O'Malley. He boxes best when his hands are high. When he gets a little sloppy and cocky, drops that left hand.
Steve, how seriously committed have you seen Martin O'Malley be to his jab in prior fights?
One of the fights I called previously that he had in New York, he realized early on he couldn't knock the guy out, so he went to the jab, the occasional left hook to the body, but he really dominated with his jab, so he can do that, and he needs to tonight.
Very wide stance by Martin O'Malley. He's in the white.
Keep that hand in.
And Dorin's trying to make this a 5-by-5 ring if he can. O'Malley missing with a left there. Dorin picking off shots with his gloves, lunging forward, trying to score. O'Malley content to jab and now hook off that jab twice. Nice 3-punch combination by Martin O'Malley in white. Dorin tries a right and the left sails wide. Dorin almost jumping into his punches, Steve.
The thing about Dorin, even if O'Malley has these rallies, he has to do it for 10 rounds because Dorin is consistent, if nothing else. He will be there just like he is now for 30 minutes.
Looks like Dorin scoring with the left hook here to the head of Martin O'Malley. Dorin in the gold tries a lead right. O'Malley content trying to keep his distance. Drives a left to the body of Leo Dorin.
Watch your heads.
And heavy action in the first round. Very solid, Steve. Put you on the spot. How'd you have that one?
I gave it to Marty O'Malley. I think he threw the better combinations. It was a very close round. Only thing I didn't see from O'Malley were hooks to the body, which is his best punch.
This is what Martin O'Malley told us after the fighters' meetings yesterday of what he was going to try to accomplish in this fight.
I can be effective with Dorin by keeping him at the end of my punches. And by doing that, I'm able to land shots on him, and he can't on me because I've got the longer reach. So it's just common mathematics. So it's basically, it's up to me to keep him at the end of my punches.
As we take a look at Martin O'Malley now, pretty relaxed there after one round. And how's it working so far, Steve? The strategy he talked about.
Pretty good. It's really, it's his best bet because he takes away Dorin's strength by keeping his distance.